Make a note.
Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Woo! Let's get to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Man Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday.
Woo! All right. Welcome back to Man Talk Mondays. I'm Derek, the thought engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I am groovy.
Groovy?
I don't really know what that means, but it sounds, I'm groovy though. That means if a dance,
you rich back.
That means if a dance busts out, I'm on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm ready.
We back once again, feeling pretty good about ourselves because we got these technical situations all worked out today. So appreciate y'all. We're going to hop right into it. Before we get into it, let me remind everybody this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we give you the rational realities of relationships. But of course, we're coming from a man's perspective. Now, keep in mind, this conversation is not just for men. We want everybody to join in. Men, women, boys, and girls, how you do this? Go into the comment section. Leave your comment. Leave your question. We can see it. But by all means, we want to hear from you. Kinfolk, where you at? Pull up. Let's
pull up.
Have this conversation around here.
Pull up.
Right. All right. So picture this. A man marries a woman with 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, pays all the bills, takes care of the family.
What is 3 baby daddies?
3. And she calls him a simp. Yeah, you heard me right. She calls him a simp. When did stepping up turn into stepping into disrespect? Right. So tonight we talking about when stepdads get stepped on. When stepdads get stepped on. Right. So we want to hear from you. Now, what sparked this conversation was a video that we came across. We're going to play the video. Hopefully we can play it without any issues and everything. But we want you to kind of hear what we were hearing. Right. So you can be the judge. Right. So let's go to the video.
So you married?
I'm going through a divorce.
What happened with that?
Basically, my husband stopped meeting my expectations.
What you mean?
So when I met him, when I met my husband, I told him what I expect from a man. The number one rule with being with me is you have to provide. I won't settle for anything less. So my husband ended up losing his job.
He had a job?
Yeah,
Where he worked
He
at?
had a job. He was a manager at a
Put
warehouse.
the mic in so these people can hear you. He was a manager at the warehouse?
He was a manager at a warehouse.
Okay.
So he ended up losing his job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So a month went by, and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills?
What?
So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills. And
All right. Pause. For just a second. If he gave her the money back, are you not using these lights? You and your kids using the lights, using the water, the gas, all this. You talking about reimbursing you?
She meant it.
Disrespect, man. Disrespect.
he told me no. He felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you, as a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband.
Who is she? Who she
None.
think she is?
Well, I don't know.
If you can hear.
He probably happy. You don't know.
I'm sure he missed me.
A headache. That would be a headache for me.
That'd be a headache for
I know I just lost my job. What if he lied? You know, niggas do that. Like, I just lost my job, baby, to test.
But
What is he doing now?
That's childish.
Oh,
Like, what you testing me for? That's
childish.
childish.
I'm saying to
What
see
you
what I
testing me
got.
for?
Now I see what I got.
If you asked me to be your wife, you knew what you had.
Nah, I ain't thinking I down lose my job from the warehouse and they gonna do that.
right.
I mean, but you knew what it was.
So-
Like you knew what it was. I told you who I was from the beginning, and you still asked me to be your wife.
Oh, you told him that if he lose his job, you gonna 30 days?
I didn't tell him that, but I told him
What'd you
like
tell him?
you are to provide, and I told him, baby, your money is my money, and my money is my money. And so he didn't have any more money.
I'm gonna call Cap
and that
on
was
that.
a problem for
You
me.
told him that.
Oh no. Oh no.
She ain't call Cap on that. I'm gonna call Cap on that.
Oh, you know she hit him with the bait and switch. All right. She hit him with the bait and switch. You know she did. You know she did. So
I seen another video part of that one where it said that she knew she had a simp when she married him because she had 3 baby daddies and she found the man that was gonna take her and her kids. So she knew she had a simp, so she was gonna take advantage of the situation.
why do some women treat men who step up as blessings and other ones just step all over?
You know, it's simple, really. It's about your relationship with Christ. And let me put this in the proper perspective, though, because that's not to say because you go to church or don't go to church, talks about your relationship with Christ. It just I'm just talking about someone who has a relationship with Christ, whether you in or out of the church, because then you are able to recognize what a blessing is and what it's not.
Okay. So people don't know how to recognize a blessing.
Oh man, listen. First of all, you hit the trifecta anyway.
Yeah.
You got 3 baby daddies and a dude that want to deal with you and 3 baby daddies. What?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Where we do that at?
So y'all let me know. Have you ever been in this situation, or have you known anybody that's ever been in this situation? Right? Was the guy wrong for even taking this on? Y'all let us know. Hop in the comments.
Yes.
Let us know. You feel like he was wrong.
He should have put his walking shoes on and got the stepping.
Do you feel she honestly came at him like that, or she stunned for the camera?
Yes, she stunned for the camera. Social media, man.
Oh yeah.
Social media.
Dr. Selena said, what? That's what we saying. She said, where were the expectations for the baby's daddies?
Well, she said she had a live one. She said, I got a live one. I got one that's willing to pay all this and I don't know how to do nothing. Let me take full advantage of this.
And she had to know that the guy said she had the babies by wasn't worth nothing. Because why come at the dude like this?
Wait. The first dude, second dude, or the third dude. She didn't know that. I mean, how many times you only get 3 times up at bat before you strike out? You done struck out 3 times, and the 4th dude that come along, this is what you do to him. You should listen. You should have told him, "I'm so happy you with me. I'm gonna go to work and you get to stay at home."
So, a guy who does this is he wrong? Is he the problem, or does he invite disrespect just by even taking this on?
You know, I hate to I hate to say it, but he does. He does, because she sits there and she says, "Well, I told him what my level of expectation was for him."
Yeah,
and if that's true, and he said yeah, then he's just as much to blame as her being out of pocket as anybody.
But what would make a man do that? What would make a man take on a woman who already got kids, 3, not 1, not 2, but 3? What will make a man do something like that?
She got that fire, man.
See, she ain't good for me, but she's sure good
Don't do
to me.
that to me, Dino. Yes, indeed.
Because they're like, what does it make sense? Does it make logical sense? Just think from a man's perspective. Does it even make logical sense for a man to even step into that?
No, it's you. Listen, you're gonna lose anyway.
Oh,
Because you finna be if the kids don't jump on you, they finna tell you immediately you ain't my dad. You can't tell me what to do. And
Right.
I'm curious of the dynamic that it was with the kids. If mom was so quick to well now I ain't gonna do this and we're gonna divorce. Then there wasn't no relationship with the kids anyway.
Yeah.
So at some point she got to start looking out for the kids rather than just herself.
Is there too much expectation today for men to be providers and all that type of stuff?
Man.
Is it too much of an expectation today? I'm talking about today.
Well, this is the thing. It's not
Mhm.
if you're willing to cut some things back. It is if we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. If you want the big cars and the big houses and all the stuff that your friends got, or better yet, all the stuff that the people got that you see on social media, then it is. Then it's too much. But with that, if I'm gonna be the only one that's providing, man, and I'm not making $500,000 a year, which the average man is not.
Right.
Actually, the average man probably making between $40,000 and $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to scale some stuff back.
Average man is making right around 50. I think that's pretty much the going standard. Guys that make over six figures is what less than 5%. I think it was something like that. Less than 5%.
Well, he was a warehouse supervisor. He wasn't.
He was not.
He wasn't making that.
Dr. Selena says, I believe he took her because he genuinely expected to be able to provide, but life happens and she didn't hold her, for better or worse, to heart. That's when her helpmate qualities should have stepped in.
Yeah, but she would have had to have those from the beginning. I don't ever think she had those qualities.
So was it his fault for not checking to see if she had that first?
Well, relationships are a gamble even after you say I do. Because you don't really begin to know who you with until crisis comes.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody's, while the money is good, everybody, hey, I'm doing all the right things. I can say all the right things. When crisis coming, I lose a job or money gets tight. That's when even the best of couples are kind of at each other.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, you find out what you made of.
Absolutely.
You find out what you made of.
Absolutely.
What will make women and women in there out there, you can answer this too. What would make a woman look at a man who does something like that and call him weak? I think what will make a woman do that?
She can't still want him. She couldn't still want him. She can't. She can't still want him.
Did she want him even from the beginning though?
No, no. I think she sat. I think she settled for the guy that she had while wanting something else the whole time. Just the best thing that's out there right now. All right, come on in there.
He had to be showing general interest.
Yes,
and probably more than general interest. He was really had to be after her.
He was after, and she took a toll, and wasn't nobody else after. It was somebody that was gonna come. It was some guys that were gonna come by and run through her, but she needed some. She needed something to settle down with her kids. She needs somebody to come in and take her and her kids. And the average guy, he just wants to have some sex.
There seems to be this.
Now you the lady with 3 kids, man, in the phone books. Oh, you talking about a girl with them 3 kids?
That's how people will identify you. Your old girl with 3 kids.
Girl with 3 kids, man. Ain't nobody trying to go over there.
Right. Charlotte says, can I get a recap so I can comment? All right, quick recap. So came across the video on TikTok where this young lady was being interviewed. Now she has 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, and this guy married her, and she came. Now she on the podcast posing like, I told him I don't pay no bills. I don't do this. I don't do that. He lost his job. And she said, I'll help out, but you got to pay me back. You got to reimburse me for any bills and things that I pay.
Her quote, my money is my money. And
your money is my money. Right. So we asking the question, what would make, number one, what would make a woman disrespect a man who stepped in like that to take on such a huge responsibility? And then two, what would make a man even take that on? So that's what we're talking about.
And I want to say there are some men out there. There are some big-hearted men that can see past you and your past transgressions or whatever issues you have. There are absolutely men out there that'll do that. Now, most of the time, those men come up on the short end of the stick when that happens. So what I say, you run from this. I don't think you run from the situation, but I think you run from the person.
You run from the person. Okay. Cheryl says she didn't want him from the beginning. She had money needs.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
So her needs was driving this whole thing. Brenda says she is unhappy with herself. Oh, that's interesting. Brenda says she's unhappy with herself.
She didn't seem unhappy when she was talking about him like our dog. She didn't seem unhappy.
Christina says only a man no one wants or is a baby daddy himself are stepdaddies. Wow.
Wait on.
She said only men nobody wants or they're a baby daddy themselves. Those are the ones that end up being stepdaddies. Let me guess. How you feel about that? How you feel about that? Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't think that's necessarily true.
No, because I know some situations where
I do too. I know some too, and I know I know, but what I'm saying is I don't think that is. I think there is some truth to what she's saying, but I want to say like other things, there are instances that where it can very well be true, but I think for the most part, guys are, and I hate to use this word, guys are gullible a lot of the times, and they think they can get through.
I was going to ask you the question: what's the difference in being big-hearted and being a fool? What's the difference?
The woman.
Oh, the woman. Explain, sir.
Well, the difference between being big-hearted and a fool is the woman, because in every relationship, there is a gamble in every relationship, whether or not the love that you're giving somebody else is going to be reciprocated. In every relationship, there are no relationships where you don't have to gamble that if I do this for her, I'm not going to get something back in return. In every relationship.
Charlotte says she wanted what he could do, not who he was.
Absolutely. And he didn't know that. And he didn't know that until she said, I'm gonna pay for the bills, but you got to give me the money back. And he was like, wait a minute. Oh, you gonna flex though?
Yeah.
That's what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, these kids
would she have flex with him sitting there though?
These kids,
you think she would have flexed with him sitting there?
Those kids are hers.
Yeah.
And you want me to pay the bills and stuff for the kids and give you the money back? You should have told her, yeah, I'm gonna give it back to you.
Charlotte said, I disagree with Christina. Now I can say guys that I've seen who've become stepfathers typically had a man who stepped in to be their father. From what I've seen, I know one guy in particular. He stepped into a situation. She had 3 kids. She had 3 baby daddies, but she had 3 kids. But he stepped in. But he had a man to step in
with him.
His stepdaddy raised him, and he loved him. You know what I'm saying? So,
is there a correlation of the men that step in with these baby mamas? Were their dads not there? Because I know an instance where the dad wasn't there and the guy stepped in with the 3 kids. And I know a lot of women, a lot of people want them, and he went with her.
Oh, wow. All right, let me get. Christina says, if she didn't have any kids, she wouldn't choose him.
Oh, you're right.
She got a
Absolutely.
point. I think she got a
You're right
point.
about that.
A new birth, CME, says most times.
Is this a church? Oh, Lord.
It's the whole church talking right now. She said, most times people show you who they are, but we ignore it.
Yes,
Got
yes.
a point.
The best way
Got
to
a point.
deceive people is in their face.
Right.
The best way to deceive
Right.
people is in their face. Yes.
Oh, she said simps equals stepdaddy. What?
But that's what.
You weren't ready for that one, huh? You weren't ready for that one. Okay. So simps equals stepdaddy. But what about the kids? What about the kids? Because obviously the woman didn't choose right the first 3 times.
Christina, what is wrong with Christina today?
She said, so a stepdaddy is a man with no daddy. LOL. Y'all down bad. No, I'm saying they've seen the example before.
And they trying to fill in something that they've seen. For example, what other man will come to the rescue of kids that don't have a daddy, like a man that didn't have a daddy?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now he trying to come save somebody that don't want to be saved, but they just want him for his loot.
Right. And he just got to have a lot. It's just stability. If he's stable.
Yes.
If he's stable. Cheryl says, I think he was foolish when he accepted her expectations. He should have asked what the expectations for her baby's daddies. Okay. I don't think she really gave him those expectations. I don't think she was, because if you feel like telling him the expectations is going to run that bag off, because if it's just about the bag, if it's going to run the bag off, why be honest? Why be honest? Because I'm listening at her now and the disrespect she had, and I can tell you she did not come with that from straight out the gate, because she knows she probably would have risked the bag.
She got that fire though.
That's what it is.
I can
tell. So she said, all I got to do is get him in here.
If I just get him in here,
it's over.
And I lock that door behind me. I get the bag. I got to get him in here first though. And then listen. And you're not doing no whole lot of talking about expectations. That's a lot. I'm gonna call cap on them. Right. You're not doing
people that don't have no kids in the situation typically don't talk about. They don't talk about expectations.
No, baby daddies either.
Right, you being marriage counseling, they still don't talk about expectations. Christina says super save a 304. Y'all know the 304. You know the code. All right, she says don't save her. She don't want to be saved. She on this song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she do. She want to be saved. But she wants to be saved on her terms.
Yes.
And I think that's the problem. I don't know if men are getting true appreciation, because the chances of you finding somebody who doesn't already have kids today, I'm talking about today,
it's slim.
It's real slim.
They get it in high school.
Because there's a mentality that I go for baby first and then I work out the dude later.
Yeah.
Which completely boggles my mind. I do not get it. And you create a whole situation where, now the kids are affected. Now, I saw a good video today. This young man, he was grown, but he had his own kids, but his stepdad was his stepdad birthday. And they singing happy birthday and everything. He had hands in my envelope, and it's a letter in there, and he telling him, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you've done. When I found myself with my own child, I was thinking, how do I raise him? And he said, I thought about what you did with me.
Oh, wow. That was on social media?
Yeah, it was on social media.
That normally don't make it to TikTok. TikTok will block that.
But he was showing appreciation. I've seen it a couple of times. He's showing appreciation, and he asked him, would you adopt me? And I granted the guy was grown, but but the stepdad broke down, because he's like, how often do you get shown that level of appreciation? Now the mama was crying too, but do you wait on the kids to finally show you some love, or do you get it from the woman?
You got to get it from the woman, because most of the time it don't come from the kids.
You don't think the kids?
When you go in there and shut the door, you get it from mama when you shut the door.
Is it? Well, you crazy.
You just see how my wife is. But you're not going to.
Come on in here, let me appreciate you.
Well, hold on. But then, wait. But am I wrong? No, you gonna get that from those kids? You're not gonna get that from those kids.
I don't think you get it from them when they're growing up, but when they're grown and they finally see life for themselves.
Yes.
Especially, he had his own kids, so he was like,
so it's different. It's different because he understands. It's funny. We don't really get to see what parenting is like until we parents.
Mm.
I remember being in my 30s with my daughter, just seeing life completely different from parenting.
Yeah.
Looking back and understanding what my mother and father were going through when they were younger with us and kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just think it takes us to get older to understand, especially if we the kids that had a stepfather in the house. You don't understand what the sacrifice that man doing and giving up for you guys. You don't understand that. You're not going to get that until later. You can't look for that from them.
Is it too much of a narrative of just disrespect for men, period, when it comes to society today?
Yes. Well, the culture is disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
The culture says, woman, get that bag by any means necessary. Scheme, plot, do whatever you got to do to get the bag.
Uh-huh.
Well, there are people involved with you getting the bag. What are you doing to those people? That guy is somebody.
Yeah.
And he just got ran over with a car.
Yeah. So do women typically are they responding to the pain of having to raise kids by themselves, and it forces them to, by any means necessary, lock this man in?
See, I want to say something, but I don't want to say it because my mom was a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, mom was a single parent. I know a lot of single parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, damn, stop having kids. Stop having kids if nobody, until somebody wipes you. Stop having kids. It's because the struggle is real when it's just you and those kids. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, if I tell you, now nobody can tell a story like my wife, but the struggle is real. Oh my God, nobody.
I've heard some of your wife's stories,
the struggle is real, and that's not fair. I say this often. That's not fair to the kids.
It's not. Can the kids handle the pride of their woman? Can they?
Because that's who pay.
Yeah. The kids pay. And when you have a man that's willing to step in and take on the responsibility of looking after you and your kids, why not treat it as a blessing?
That's
what should she do? How should a woman who's in that situation and has a man step in, how should she treat that man?
Like you're a king. He should treat her the way she's want to be treated.
Wow.
He coming in and he's saving her. She should save him.
Oh, wow.
She should save him from them streets.
Huh.
That's why they make sidewalks.
It's dangerous in these streets, right?
The problem, that man should feel like that he got saved just like she did.
Wow. You went to the well on that one.
Y'all chew on that one, boy. and
you went to the well.
And don't tell me that women can't do it. Women can't make that man feel like a king because they can.
Oh, yeah.
But they gotta want to.
You're absolutely right. Christina says, LOL, what other choice she got? What other choice she got?
Ain't got no other choice. But even if she don't have another choice, that woman's still not treating that man like a king.
No. So should men treat this as a cautionary tale when it comes to,
man, I think
stepping up into situations like that?
I think everybody deserves a side eye. I think 1 kid. Okay, no, 2 kids, 3 kids. I got to give you the side eye because it took you 3 times that you ain't got that right. You ain't got that thing right 3 times. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Either you locked in with one of the guys. Something's going on to where you're not thinking this particular part of life through.
Right.
This is, and you know, it's funny, man. We run over this part of life, the having kids. But if you meet a woman who got 3, 4, 5 kids and with no dad, it's just, sweetheart, I know you look fire. I know you do. But something, am I tripping when I say something's wrong?
Yeah, something's definitely wrong. Cheryl says, why not make the kids' fathers responsible instead of making the stepfather responsible? Because if the baby daddy was responsible, he might not be just a baby daddy. He might actually be.
Well, I'm gonna do you one better.
Okay.
If you want me in your life, then you can't put me on no kind of child support or nothing.
Oh wow.
Because I know how you feel about me, and I know you're not gonna do that to me. I do for the baby when I can. You gonna be in his life? Yeah. I do for him when I can.
Wow.
You show now. You gay.
Would I lie to you?
but that's
yeah. Now here's a greater tragedy that's really unfolding. So I've heard various notable people say this. Dr. Umar, which I'm not really a Dr. Umar fan, but he does make some great points. I got to give him that. And I also heard George Fraser. George Fraser's he's a public speaker, humanitarian kind of dude. But we're running down how, especially in the Black community, how this narrative is really destroying us. This tension between men and women, because everybody is trying not to get got.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's doing, but nobody's taking that risk. Like you said, it's a risk. You don't know.
Relationships are risk.
Relationships are a risk.
Yes.
The only thing I have to go on is what you say until I actually see your character, in some shape, form, or fashion. But as far as wealth being produced, wealth has always been produced more in societies where family was the center.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
They say family.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
family. Okay. Wealth is always created, and it talks about how there's a pretty much a diabolical scheme to keep Black families from really becoming financially independent and wealthy. And if family is that central component to doing so, this is why we have such a problem when it comes to keeping the Black family together. We seem to be more incentivized not to. And we don't see the bigger play here.
We don't, but I just think we can't get past pleasure. We can't get past the sex part of it.
Wow. So why do we let society reduce us to just sexual people who don't know how to do nothing but make babies and not take care of them? Christina says, because Cheryl, they have babies by bums, so they want someone else to help them.
Christina, you on one today. But you are absolutely right. She right though. She right. She absolutely right. The dude that have sitting up on the charge all day and playing PlayStation, that's the dude you get pregnant by. And you want the dude that work 40 hours a week to be the pappy. Yeah. You have your fun and then expect somebody else to foot the bill. But the thing is, you have guys who are willing to do so, but if you keep making them feel like a fool, guys are not even trying to date no more. They pretty much just say, man, y'all can have, I don't even care no more. There's a lot going on in the streets. Right. It's a lot. Right. Women complain and they go out and go to places where guys are and guys won't even talk to them. It's a lot going
They
on.
guys sit by themselves and they talking and everything, but they will not approach women.
I seen the chick that ruined Chingy's career.
The rapper Chingy.
Yeah, he took some pictures with a Shim that ruined his career. And I'm like, and when you see them, when you see the people, it's a lot going on in the streets. I'm gonna just say it's a lot going on in the streets, and because there's so much going on in the streets, it's like, hey man, get with somebody that care about you, that you care about, and y'all make that thing work.
I guess my thing is it worth ruining just the whole black community? The attitudes that we have, how we carry on, all of the foolishness we keep up on social media.
Let me say this. One thing about my black brothers and sisters, you know, we hold pride like it's a gun in the black community.
Oh man.
Nobody wants to be disrespected. Nobody wants their shoes stepped on. Nobody wants to be talked back to. Nobody wants to be disrespected. Oh no, you can't. Oh, you ain't gonna. Nobody wants to be disrespected. But disrespect, it costs you something.
Yeah.
It costs you something to for people not to be able to say anything to you.
You're right.
It costs you jobs. It costs you money for people not to be able to say stuff to you. We want, rather than having the court at the courthouse, we want to have it on the side of the road, and it costs us lives because we don't want to be disrespected. Where do we get this thing? Because to me, that's the problem. Nobody wants to be disrespected. Women got this thing now. Oh, you won't talk to me like that. What you gonna do? About it? I mean, help me. It just seems like we can major on a minor better than anybody else.
Wow. To the tune of marriage, they say marriage back in the 50s and 60s was around 80%.
Oh yeah.
In the black community, we're down to 35%.
And shrinking.
35%, right.
Shrinking.
And shrinking. Mikhail says, I was somewhat raised by a stepdad for a few years as a youngster. I had no respect for him at all. Not even when you grew up.
I want to know why.
Not even when you now granted, sometimes mama can take on this step situation. He is not the right person at all. Well, he beating on her.
Hold on,
beating on you.
Hold on. And that okay. And that's a percentage.
But
what if he not doing that?
Right.
What if he in here just trying to be the man that's taking care of this woman with her son that's giving me hell? What happens then? Because like I've said before, man, a lot of times the women not ready for stepdads. Those kids not ready for stepdads, and y'all need to wait either until them kids get out of the house or catch them younger. They're not time
so
for stepdads. 18.
I got 18 years.
Man, dude, bro.
18 to plus, because if you keep having kids, you keep.
Dude, and I'm like this because you know those kids.
You
know those kids not gonna be accepting of this particular man that you're bringing in. You know they're finna give him and you hell. Because the last thing married people want is to be at work and not want to go home because I don't want to have to deal with her and the kids, or I don't want to have to. That's the last thing. As parents, that's the last thing we want.
Yeah.
And I just think oftentimes we do so much of what we want, we don't consider the kids in our decision making process.
Christina says, I think there needs to be a certain sector of blacks that need to be grouped together and those that need to be separated and held to a higher standard and esteem. So you don't want to separate the good from the bad?
Where you gonna put the ratchet ones at?
How you gonna work that out?
How you gonna work them out? Because they keep finding their way back over to the other side.
Oh man. And one of the good ones can turn bad in a heartbeat.
Next time I know, shit on the table. How you get up there?
Right. Dr. Lita says, I saw a video today where a black guy was telling his white co-host that they have a high rate of mono. He was clowning them, saying, y'all will kiss anybody. One of them said, we get mono, but y'all get babies. Ooh.
I would have started fighting.
All right. I was like, and that's when the fight began.
Because he telling
yeah, you're lying.
Man.
Yeah, lying.
We just have no regard. Poverty for us is, you know what? I can't find nothing else to do. Want to go have some of these babies? Make me understand. You know, we don't have nothing to do. We ain't got no money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go have some babies.
And to your point, we live raggedy. We live all kinds of ways, all kinds of raggedy. We do all kinds of stuff, having babies all over the place, and then have the nerve to get mad when people say something about it. And we call it disrespect, but they just call them what they see.
Well, because I would have been ready to fight.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm like, whoa, you what?
But what do you do when it's true?
Well, now this is what's funny. My daughter gonna kill me. My daughter came home and she says, "Dad, everybody keep asking me when I'm gonna have a baby." And I'm like, when I get married, I'm gonna pop them babies out. And she say, it'll surprise you who's asking.
Oh wow. And
I'm like, and it kind of pisses me off because I'm like, ain't no son-in-laws running up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no son-in-laws coming. Why would you expect babies when ain't no son-in-laws coming? But that's what the culture does. We do everything ass backwards.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. So February. Now we put the pressure on.
He said,
after February. Soon as you tie that knot.
Give me my Greg key.
Mikhail says they fought a lot and he was mean to me as a kid. So yeah, I had no respect for that situation. All right. So he had a situation where the stepdad was the wrong guy. He was not that dude, which happens. It happens a lot because there are women who subject their kids to just to have somebody there. They just go grab somebody. And not just young ladies suffer, but even the guys suffer too. Because now, as that boy grows, he poses opposition. Because young boys grow to be big boys. And depending on how big he is, I got to get rid of you. Because you
fighting here,
right? Because I'm getting older and you just getting stronger. So I gotta either intimidate you or gotta do something. But that has happened too much too.
So you doing push-ups looking at you?
Right. I did hear a statistic that was troubling. It said that the number one sign that there is abuse in the house, the number one sign that abuse is taking place in the house is if there a step parent in the house.
Really?
Yep. They said it's the number one marker that abuse is taking place. Is there a step parent in the house? It ain't all on the guy. I'm gonna put it that way. It ain't all on men.
No, we had
because women.
We had a stepmom that she fed us rations. She would throw us in the back room and feed us rations. One time my head went home and my mom say, "Boy, y'all eating?" I'm like, "No."
I know you're about ready to fight, boy.
Man, dude, but that's what you get.
Yeah, because you don't know.
This is what the kids are subject to, man. Yeah. When y'all don't do things the way they're supposed to be done. Well, we was slim pickings. You hear me? Oh my God, man.
See your little rib cage. Christina says, and I know that sounds insanely elitist. It absolutely does. But we gotta save the black people to come. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It does definitely sound elitist. But so who's gonna make the qualification as to who's good, who's bad?
I can pick them. You go over there. You get over there. You go over there. Going over there. It's simple.
You think it's simple?
They've already separated themselves. See, that's the thing. It ain't. I don't believe it'd be as difficult as you think it is. No,
really?
No. I don't think. You know
how would you separate them?
Oh, because most of the time they don't want to be hood. Because I'm from the hood. I want to say this. What I understand about people from the hood, most of the time they they good with where they are.
Oh wow.
Most they don't want to be out here. No, I got friends. I got a couple friends that every couple of them that'll come, but most of the time, people in DeSoto, Duncanville, they good with where they are, where they at. They don't want to.
Wow.
No, y'all don't agree.
I guess you called out regions and stuff.
Oh. no. Let me say this. Because I have been, because one of the things
you from there, you can talk about it.
I'm from there.
Okay.
And one of the things that surprised me, like, man, this is where we still at, y'all.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You expect people to be like you are. And we not. We're completely different.
I mean, because let's be honest.
And we want different
let's be honest. Sometimes we get around our own people and we more scared than anybody else. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
Let's see if I had to see it.
No, I'm serious.
Ready to jump on me.
Dude, I'm serious. I'm serious. Cheryl says, when kids get to the age of knowing that's not my dad era, they become defiant and disrespectful. It's up to the parent of that child to squash the disrespect. Right? It's on the actual parent, not the step parent. Right? So don't go get no man and then say, discipline my nuh-uh. It don't work that. It don't work that way.
Do it too.
It don't work that way. You don't take your hands. All the discipline still has to come from you. The biological parent, the discipline has to come from you.
As long as you're doing it the way I want you to do it.
Christina said, I can help you pick them, Jeff.
He said, you're going to get me jumped on here.
I mean, but yeah, you just gotta be honest. That there are some of us that make me nervous. I ain't even lie. Some neighborhoods that go in, I'm like,
You know, well, I don't know. I was talking about I was listening to Glorilla the other day. You know,
why?
Hold on.
Why?
Glorilla is jamming.
Why?
Glorilla is jamming, D. I was one of the biggest old dudes get off my lawn when I heard the name Glorilla. I was like, oh my God, but she is jamming.
I can't do it. Sidebar.
Is she not jamming though?
She the flavor of the day because people are pushing her. The industry is pushing her. Just like they pushed Nicki Minaj, then pushed her out. They pushed Cardi B in, pushed her out. They pushed Meg Thee Stallion in and pushed her out. Now Glorilla is the flavor of the day. They just gonna they steadily, because that's just how they destroying us. Honestly, you talk about picking them. Start with the people that listen to Glorilla. You want to pick them.
I guess I ain't gonna make it, D.
You gotta go. Small world. Glorilla is not fire, Dr. Selena.
He say everybody listen to Glorilla.
Setting us back, man. Oh my goodness.
Move to the right.
Oh. Let me hear 7 p.m. You can just be telling somebody the time. I hear 7 p.m. You gotta go.
Well, that's funny. That is funny.
Christina says Glow, Sexy, and Lotto and Meg all had amazing work. That's trash, man.
Listen, Glow is
trash. And that's the thing. We gotta get beyond anything that sound good with a beat. We gotta listen to what people are actually saying.
Let them cook.
You know, you can go now. You can go right now. Thank you, Cassandra, because I agree. All right, Cassandra, not too much. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Because one thing I noticed, and people got to understand, there is no such thing as just entertainment. No such thing. Everybody is sending a message with whatever they do. It's a mess. I hate it. Boys in the Hood. I hated Minister Society. I hated Colors. I hated all those movies because there was always people who were mimicking it, especially where I'm from. I'm from a small town and y'all talk about gangs. Everybody related. Everybody kin to somebody. And those are the main ones that keep it up. So now you can't even just without somebody. So yeah, I'm on my soapbox now. Hey man, nah, bro. You can started something now. You can started something now. I hated all of that. I don't care about this. It's art. Man,
I didn't know
all art ain't good.
I didn't know Glorilla was a trigger for you.
Yes.
y'all,
Yes.
while we let him cook.
Keep on. Keep on. Just keep on. But nah, this is real. This is real. All right. So real quick before we get out of here. All right. We're gonna talk about some practical things. If you find yourself in the step parent situation, we're gonna give you just some practical things that you can do to kind of make this thing work a little easier. Right? Make it work a little easier. Number one, first thing is appreciate the sacrifice the person is making.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Recognize and verbalize the gratitude.
Absolutely.
Babe, I appreciate you. You just you went and got some food.
And make the kids say it too.
Right. Go in there and thank you.
Go in,
thank Mister. Go in there and thank Mister. Get in there and tell him I said. Right.
Yes. And then to teach them something too.
Oh yeah. Teach them how to recognize when they should be grateful and stuff. Right.
Absolutely.
Right. He bought you some Jordans and you acting up.
Oh, you ain't
get out of here.
Jordan the way you talking about.
All right. Second thing you want to do is build a partnership. You want to build a partnership, right? So share financial, emotional, all those responsibilities. You want to share that with that person, right? So you can't be like an old girl talking about
his money.
His money is my money and my money is my money. You can't do that, right? It's got to be a team effort.
Because that sounds good, man, when we joking. Really.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that is the most flawed way to run a relationship that we have that you can imagine.
Yeah. The word says one could put 1,000 a flight, two could put 10,000. So imagine if y'all actually came together, what you can actually do, how you can set kids up for a better future and all this type of stuff. But if you just forcing that one to try to get it done, there's only so much they can do. Right. And even a person who's making a considerable amount of money, if they got you in the background, it won't be long before you become a liability. Just saying. Right. Number 3, avoid demeaning language. Avoid demeaning language. Don't be saying disrespectful stuff. Don't be using words like weak or simp and all the type of stuff.
Yeah.
And watch when you talking to your girls and think people ain't listening. Right? So you watch your phone conversations because you never know who listening or.
But if you done got away. If you done robbed the bank and done got away, keep your mouth closed. Why is you doing donuts in front of the bank?
But we got to show out. We got to show out. That's what get we in trouble because we got to floss, we got to flaunt, we got to show out. So we can't do nothing in secret and just be cool.
That's not who we are.
We got to show out, right? So avoid demeaning language, right? Don't be disrespectful. Number 4, you want to involve them in decision making. Involve them in decision making.
Involve who?
Even the step parent. Involve the step parent in decision making. Even with the decisions that are made for the kids. Now, let me say this, but they do not deliver the news. If it's something going on, hey, I'm thinking about letting Junior do such and such. Well, I don't know. That might not be a good thing because such and such is going on. Plus, I know the guy down and yada yada. And you get into it, and Junior really want to do it, but you don't go and say, well, Mr. said he don't like this idea. Nuh-uh. It's gotta be like it's coming from you. I thought about it and I made a decision and just let it go like that. But involve them in the decision-making process, right? And number 5, you want to foster open communication, right? Have honest discussions about the roles, the boundaries, and all these types of stuff. Especially if there's baby daddies, baby mama, all this stuff involved, conversations have to be had.
Yes.
Serious conversations. You might have to sit down with them too. If they're reasonable people.
As a people, man, we need to stop running away from difficult conversations anyway.
Oh man. Bro.
So much stuff don't get talked about because I just wasn't feeling right. I didn't think no. We need difficult conversations.
We got to learn how to turn down the turn up factor. If we can turn down the turn up factor,
Then
we can have those conversations, right?
Say turn down the turn up.
Turn down the turn up, man, because we go there too quick.
Yes, that's why we don't, because we can't have them.
Right. And women, you don't have but one, maybe two good times to do it to a guy. He shut down on you. He will shut down on you. Right. And as much as it's on us as men to have emotional intelligence, I don't think there's a lot of emphasis placed on women for the emotional intelligence they have to show. You kind of get a pass for going there or going off, and it don't really help the situation. Yeah, you might be, people might celebrate you and rah-rah you and all this type of stuff, but where does it leave you in the end?
Yeah, because you don't want, the last thing you want to hear now is somebody say angry black woman.
Oh, no, you don't want to hear that.
But you get that when you led by your emotion.
Yep. Mikhail says, being a stepdad is a thankless job. Not sure why one would want to be one.
It's tough. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
It's I know people that are stepdads, and I know it's tough.
Oh yeah.
I know it's tough, but I know, like anything else, you got to have a great support system around you, and more importantly, you got to have people that you can talk to about it, because it's tough.
Yeah, because you got to talk about what's to be expected.
Yeah.
If there's a daughter and you've been there, but now she get married, who, you know what I'm saying? The dad steps in, the biological dad steps in and walks her down the aisle, but you didn't been there.
You know what? It's gonna be a fight at the wedding.
You know what I'm saying? But these are the type of things as a step parent, you got to understand. Step means I got to step back sometimes. And so these conversations have to be had. Christina says, if you find yourself as a step parent, you down real bad. Well, to your point, Christina, why don't people stop having babies? Because that's how you end up being a step parent.
That part.
You keep having kids and not gonna be with the person you have kids by.
That part.
But you don't want to be alone.
We don't say that. We talk around it. We talk about everything else. We don't say we need to stop having kids like that. We need to stop having kids when we're not married, when we're not going to be married.
Right.
Because it's not about you. The crazy thing about it is, it's not about you in that moment. As much as you think it is, and you being selfish. To be honest, you being selfish.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got people. You deserve to sit your behind down somewhere. Get somewhere and sit down.
And put your legs in the lock.
Lock it up. Sarah says, keep your mouth shut. That's not good enough. She said, keep your mouth shut. What's not good enough? Listen, we got to do better.
We do.
We got to do better because the landscape is saying the only way for us to really have families is going to be a whole lot of step parenting going on.
And if that is the case, I mean, we gotta bring some stuff way down.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
And start appreciating.
We need a step parent school, something going on.
Yeah.
Right. A step parent school.
A step parent school. Boy, because it's tough, man. Listen, and I think. But again, it's supposed to be though. See, that's the thing. It's supposed to be. Dude, you got those kids. You got kids growing up trying to figure out who they are. It's supposed to be tough though.
So ladies, would you follow a man who stepped up? Would you follow a man who stepped up to take care of you and your kids, or do you think that diminishes his role and his authority? Does he have authority in there, or does he have to take a back seat to everything?
Wow.
You shut up till I need some money.
Because most of the time when that stepdad come in, he bringing stability, and stability is financial most of the time.
Yeah, especially if you got structure. It's gonna be some changes around here.
We gonna come in and see if the lights working. They're gonna be working.
Gonna be working, but that means y'all better turn them off. When I say turn them off.
You know what I'm saying?
Final thoughts. We'll be down to final thoughts. What you got for the peoples?
All right, my final thought for this evening is step happying. If you look up step happying in a dictionary, it says wouldn't want to be you, because again, it's thankless. But luckily, man, if we God-fearing people, if we put God in our relationship, then God will see us through it. Because again, the relationship is about more. It's funny, man. Relationships are about you, the person, and most importantly, those kids, man. So let's make God our center, and so we can get this step happy and right. And me and D gonna open up the step happy school. That's my final thought.
He said a step happy school. All right, listen. It's not supposed to work out. Hear what I'm saying? It's not supposed to work out. The Bible says the way of the transgressor is hard. When you go against God's design, when you go against God's plan, it's not supposed to work. So if you're in a situation that is halfway working, you better be thankful. You better be grateful, because it's not supposed to work. Anytime you get outside design, stress is what you take on. And many of us are stressed out in these stressful situations because of how we did life and how we do life. So stop expecting perfection if you didn't do it perfectly. But be grateful when things do work out. Show appreciation to where you should, and expect appreciation if you're the person who's taking on a situation that's less favorable to you. Because duty is still something that we have to take on. That means I don't necessarily feel like it, but it has to be done. So let me take it on. Let me do it. Otherwise, things gonna get a whole lot worse. So especially the Black community, if we're gonna get better, we got to get family back together. And if that means it's gonna be a whole lot of step parenting, we got to be wise and wake up and do this thing right. And that's my final thought.
Wow, do that thing a different way, man.
Oh man. Let's get kids to start right. I mean, we got to start telling them, man, these kids off the rip, man. Christina says, what other choice they got? Listen, if you out there and you single, you don't have no kids, stop right now. Just stop.
Get up. Whoa. Hold up. Before you twist me.
No means no.
Before you twist me and bend me and take me to town, you make sure when I get to going to town, there don't be no babies coming.
Oh, yeah. Cassandra said that's God's grace while he covers us. And you talk about appreciation, that's where you really got to show some appreciation. Because grace ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. All right. Listen. Oh, she said this is good. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the conversation.
Pastor Derek is not the only one on this show. I let y'all get away with it a couple of times, but I see y'all keep doing it. Pastor Derek is not the only one. I am Usher John.
Deacon.
No, Usher. No.
You want me deacon?
You got to open up church too early. You got to open up church early. No, I'm good.
You think you the man got them keys, boy. Phone me ringing out the hook.
Can you go open up the church? We need you up there at 6:30. Like, no, man, no, I'm good on that. I'm good.
All right, listen, everybody. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Gonna catch y'all next week. So come back.
Y'all be blessed.
All right. Peace out.